Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us where you live and what you do.
Yeah, 100%. So my name is Keir. I'm from Amsterdam. I've been in the social media space for about 4 years now. I think I have over 1 billion views under my name right now for different personal brands. We mainly focus on helping people grow and monetize their personal brand so that they can actually get sales without spending a single dollar on ads. That's the way we say it always. Yeah, it took a minute to understand the whole game of social media. I started as a short form editor and really worked my way up to running a business now with, I think, 25 people working on our clients, on the strategy, on the editing, the posting. So it's gotten pretty big and serious. And that's also, what I do, where I'm from, Amsterdam. I live in Amsterdam. My company is based in Dubai. And I go to the US here and there for clients, for filming myself as well, building my own personal brand. So that's a really quick, short breakdown of who I am, what I do.
Cool. Awesome. So I'm just curious more about your background. Like what made you want to get into social media way back when?
Yeah. So when I was 19, I dropped out of college after 1.5 years during COVID as well. At the time, I was like, I didn't have a business going on. I wasn't really smart. I had no money saved up, but I was like, yeah, this school stuff is just not what I want to do. I was looking at profession I would be in after getting a degree for a lot of different degrees that you could get, right? But I wasn't really good in school. So I was like, I'm probably not going to be ending up in the best professions for whatever degree it is that I'll pick. And I was like, okay, how much money do these guys make? And it was like 3K a month, maybe even less, maybe a little bit more. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to pay the bills for me. I want to have bigger bills. I want to have nice cars. So simply dropped out. And then I had to really figure out what I truly like doing. I think that's my biggest saying as well. Like pick something you truly love doing. For me, it's always been in the video space. Like I used to make GTA videos with my friends of the cars that we used to drive. I wouldn't post it. I was too scared, but that's how it started. And I was like, hey, I like doing that as a kid. Might as well try to see if I can turn it into a business. So I started posting every single day on TikTok and Instagram, basically filming myself at the gym. I'm not a very big guy still, but I had to film something to show what I can do. And that's how I also got my first client. He liked my edits and he said, hey, edit me a video. He paid me $30 for it. And I was like, okay, I can make money online now, I guess. So that was really the start of everything. Of course, I had a side job at the same time. Like what I did, which I think is very smart, is I chose a job that I could do from a laptop from home. And then on the other laptop, I could figure out what I like doing, how to edit videos, how to grow on social media. So I would get paid by taking calls for COVID vaccination appointments or even the airport service desk I was doing calls for. And in the meantime, I was editing videos for myself. And then that slowly started turning into editing videos for other clients. And at some point, I made more in one single month from editing videos than I was making from the phone call job that I was doing. And that's where I instantly quit the phone call job and went all in on editing videos and growing personal brands.
Awesome. I guess like as of right now, right? Because you were saying you started off as an editor. So what does it kind of look like, when somebody does engage with you? So do you kind of help them with the whole strategy from filming content to creatives? And what does that process look like?
Yeah. So it used to be just edits and then a fee per edit. And I was editing full time myself. But over the years, I didn't want to be a full-time editor. It's basically a glorified job, I would say. And you can make as much as you want, but at some point you can only do like an X amount of videos per day. So over the years, it turned into a whole business where we take over everything from A to Z. As I said, we have 25 people in the company right now that work on strategies, video edits, account management, data tracking, building automations for our clients as well, building out the whole funnel. So now when people come to us, it's usually the first thing like, hey, I want to grow my brand. And my first question is, why do you want to grow your brand? Do you just want to get views or you want to make money too? And as soon as they say, I want to make money too, that's where we take over the whole strategy. So the brand strategy, the story behind the person, the ideation for the videos that is consistently ongoing for weeks, the editing, and then the posting on the accounts, the story management as well, because the story is mainly drives the conversion in the social media game. And then we track all the data because we want to make decisions based off of the data rather than, hey, this is a nice video, like let's make it, hope it goes viral. We can actually see by the data what we should do more of. And then we just improve over time, ensuring that we build an audience that's high quality so that people can convert them into sales for the product or service.
Got it. And so in terms of the people that you're working with, obviously that you're based in Europe, so and your company's in Dubai, so are most of your clients, in that part of the world, or do you have clients kind of all over the world? And also, is it mostly like it's like in English or Dutch? Like, what are you kind of like working with in terms of languages?
Yeah, so we actually do quite big, I would say, because we have people in Southern America that are doing their content and personal brand in Spanish. We have people in India that do their content in their language and also in English. We have people in Dubai that are doing it in English, but also in Dutch. We have people in Miami that are doing it in English, people in the UK doing it in English. I would say the main language is English for sure, but we always try to adapt with the client. And because of the 25 people that I have on my team, which are also guys from all over the place, we can expand to a lot of different languages like French, we can do Spanish, German, even Hebrew sometimes we got a request for. So a lot of different languages. And I'm not trying to limit it myself to a certain group of people as long as it's the same offer, right? I can adapt the offer to everyone. I mean, I could, but it's just going to take a lot of time. So I try to make sure that with the languages, we are as flexible as possible, as long as the offer pretty much stays the same and deliverables stay the same as well.
For sure. And so in terms of that, right, because you were saying that you kind of help your clients go viral without any paid media. So what does that process look like? I guess here in 2025, I guess it seems like virality is in some ways more challenging. So what does that look like for someone to go viral on Instagram or TikTok, et cetera?
Yeah, well, the first question always is, do you just want to go viral or you want to get sales? Because I can pretty much go viral on any account with any clip and do something crazy with it. But what is the quality of the viewers that you're going to get? So for some guys, we really focus on high quality views, meaning we don't go for virality. But the process is basically like this. We have to understand the client, of course, who the client is, who do we want to attract? Do we want to go for sales, views, or followers? Based off of that, we make the strategy. We check the competitors. We see what's already working. Then we test out a lot of different things in the first 2 weeks. And then based off of the data in the first 2 weeks, we try to double down on something that works. Or we see something working with a competitor, we instantly implement it, but we change it a little bit to where it makes sense for the client. So we would have the whole background of the client that we're working with, and we combine their whole personal story with viral trends, viral formats within the same niche that they're operating in. And usually that's how we tend to get a lot of views and go viral.
So in terms of like the way that you're working with people, because you were saying kind of people, 25 people, all across the world. So somebody's like here in the States and they want to go viral. Would they fly out to go meet this person in person? Like, what does that process look like in terms of actually like recording that content?
Yeah, so we help basically with videographers on location, whether that be Miami, Dubai, Amsterdam. Where did we do location? Mykonos, Monaco we did. And sometimes we fly out our own videographer, or we already have a videographer in our team in that location, like Miami, Dubai, Amsterdam. We have our videographers there always ready to film. And if we don't have a videographer, for me, I have a pretty big personal brand too. I mean, it's small. It's 12K followers, but I know the quality of the followers that I have is a lot of video editors, videographers, and clients. So I post a story on my Instagram looking for a videographer in New York by Wednesday. I get 10 people replying to the story. I do the call, see if they're a good fit with the client, and we send them to the client.
Oh, that's awesome. No, yeah, it's cool that you're able to kind of like, tap into your network and record content. And then you were saying go ahead.
All time too, that Instagram or your social media is your new resume. Like, I think even the payroll for my team right now, none of those guys came from me going on LinkedIn and asking, yo, send me your resume. I want to see what you've been doing for the last 8 years. It's always like, hey, I need a videographer, or I need a video editor, or I need a content strategist. Show me some of your results. Show me the videos that you've made before. And if the quality is there, there's no reason to not hire you.
I agree. Yeah. And I think especially for video editing, I mean, Instagram is obviously, great channel. I think on a text-based resume, you can't really see somebody's video content.
Yeah, no, that's true. It depends on the profession that you are in, of course, but specifically for the whole social media game, it's really like just put yourself out there, post videos, show the results, show your work, and that's how you can get a lot of your clients. That's also how I got most of my clients. So
For sure. And then in terms of verticals, you were saying you pretty much work with every vertical. So if you can just talk more about that, is it like, coaches, e-commerce brands all across the board? Like, what does that breakdown kind of look like?
yeah, so I would say like 90% of the clientele is info space coaches or consultants. It's also the guys that can make most amount of money with organic marketing from a personal brand. We don't really work too much with real products, like building e-com brands and their social media. Could be interesting, but it's a different lane. And even the strategy behind personal brand or a product that you're trying to monetize through Instagram is different. But yeah, I would say mainly people that are in the info space, coaches and consultants is who I help, or e-com guys that just want to flex online and get views and followers because they already finished the money game. So now they just want to get the followers as well.
Right. And then in terms of like so from that perspective, right? Because many of these coaches, I think, are also doing paid media. So does that play into your strategy at all? Or like, is that something that you're not even looking into?
I would love to expand to it. I'm testing out ads for the first time in 3 years for myself right now. I think I've done over 1.5 million in revenue, all from organic marketing, sending DMs, posting YouTube videos. And I think the next step for me will be paid ads. And I'm a big believer in if I figure out how to do paid ads myself, I can add it to my service and sell it to my clients. And then it will be a whole package, right? We can do your paid ads, we can do the organic marketing, we can build your systems. And then once they onboard, there's no point in leaving as long as we get them the results that they deserve and they want to get, of course.
For sure. And then I guess in terms of your company vision, like what is your vision in terms of like the next few years? Like, are you looking, obviously, expanding? You said maybe like some service offerings. Like what else are you kind of like thinking about when it comes to scaling your company?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing of having a company at the end of the day is exiting it. I know for a fact that that's going to take a while because my whole company is based off of my personal brand as well. All the clients came to me because of my personal brand or the results I gave my clients. So over the years, I would probably find or try to find a way to fade away from being it so attached to my name and more so having it called some sort of agency name. But I don't think that's a short-term plan, more so like a long-term plan. For right now, I just want to see how much revenue we can do every month and also make sure the profit margin is healthy. But yeah, we're pushing hard right now for like 250K months with the company. And if we can maintain that consistently, then I would look into systemizing it more and like taking my name out of the company. And then it would be a great exit. I think if you can show 2-3 years of 250K months, I think you have a pretty nice exit there. So
for sure. And then in terms of content, I guess like come back to that. So I'm always curious about the breakdown because there is a lot of content today where people are just using like their iPhone, right? Where it's very basic. So how do you kind of like balance that with like high quality video content?
Yeah, it really depends on positioning yourself and what style you want to go for. We have the guys getting millions of views just grabbing their iPhone, using the captions in CapCut or Instagram even. But then at the end of the day, it's about the value that they can provide or the results that they show. Or you can go high quality vlogs. What we see with a lot of the lifestyle stuff and the vlogs, it attracts a lot of people, but it's not the right quality people for conversion, specifically in the info space. Whereas if you really focus on providing the value, posting valuable videos, that's where you can go for conversion. So it depends. Like this is what we discuss with the client. Like where do you want to go? What is your goal? Who do you want to attract? Do you want to also push lifestyle? Just make sure that we tell them like, hey, it's not going to be optimal for conversion. Do you want to do both? We can do both as well. So it's really about the strategy and the goal that you have with your personal brand or you can do TikTok dances, of course. You are a pretty girl or you are a good looking guy and you can do TikTok dances. You can get a lot of views and followers, but just really depends on the quality that you want to go for.
For sure. And then I guess like the balance now also between like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, like where are you typically seeing like the most results for your clients?
Yeah. So YouTube is kind of like crypto, I would say. It goes up and down, up and down. You can get 1 million views on one day and the next day you get 500 views on the video. Instagram is definitely the main important platform for conversions, actually networking with people, getting people's phone numbers, hopping on calls with people, or even just meeting new people. Even if you not buy something from them or you sell them something, you can always gain value from a lot of people on Instagram. And then TikTok is where you mainly see like the lower quality people watching videos. I think TikTok TikTok too is mainly for entertainment, less of education, but we post on all platforms because it just gives us 3 platforms we can get exposure on. And if done well, you can funnel people from like TikTok and Shorts to Instagram, or even from TikTok to YouTube and Instagram to YouTube as well. Because in the long form is where the real conversion happens, right? If you post a long form video about a client result or a case study or a breakdown of what you do, and people watch the full 15 minutes, then it's most likely they will end up giving you their credit card information.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about that and value. So yeah, if you can relay that message in 15 minutes, and there's so much value there.
Yeah, exactly.
And so if you could go back in time, right, to before you started this company, like what is the one biggest piece of advice that you wish you knew?
Like, don't worry about what other people think of you. I wish I started with my YouTube and my TikTok when I was 14 years old. I did it for a week. I instantly got bullied in school. I deleted the YouTube channel. I deleted the videos. I never posted ever again. And that was the prime time of social media. When I was like 14 years old, people were blowing up left and right. And there wasn't no hook strategy. And you need to look at the data. And the video need to be 30 seconds long. And all the information that people are telling you about right now on social media strategies. It's like back in the days, it was just like be yourself, post a video, and you will blow up in a couple of days, you know? So right now it's way more competitive. There's way more things you need to think if you want to stand out in the crowded market. So yeah, to make that short, like if you already know, and I'm not sure if people that are 12, 13, 14 years old that are listening, or maybe even people that are 30 years old and that they haven't started because of what other people might say, really just start. As soon as you can think of a great idea and you truly love doing it, and the best thing you can do is start immediately and don't let others hold you back from doing something you love.
Exactly. Yeah, that's great advice. If somebody watching this wanted to reach out to you, wanted to work with you, do you mind sharing your social media, website, I guess, just best ways to get in contact?
Yeah. So on pretty much all platforms, you can find me at Keir Hubner. So that's KeirHubner. And you can just DM me on Instagram or watch some of my YouTube videos. There's a ton of free value there. I'm a big believer in sharing everything I know for free. So if you just want to get started, get your foot into the social media game, my YouTube is definitely the best way to start. And then if you have any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram.
Good. Thanks so much for your time today.
100%. Likewise.